that recording? Okay. This, how do you have your hands? Fudge, I don't know before.
Shall I get a dog out?
No, I think it's right there. Hands like that. This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. I'm joined today by Emily Black at our house. Emily, thanks for coming over. It's good to be here.
You're more than welcome.
So I saw on your TikTok,
Yeah.
I was scrolling through, and then it happened to have you electrocuted.
Oh yeah, I nearly electrocuted and killed everyone.
That's
like,
what, go,
yeah,
go,
like
tell it.
not even joking. I moved from a council house, and no one tells you when you move into a big house, like how to look after a pool or anything. Like they just don't. So then I filled it up because you know you fill a pool up. It doesn't have its own like fill up system.
Can you not get someone over to do it for you?
Yeah. So they did,
Okay.
but like it's just like a normal thing. Like just fill your pool up. Like so I did, and then I went in it. And then I realised that the pump wasn't on, and it started to go a little bit green. And so this is when it was like 40-degree heat, so the pool was evaporating. I'm not going to call someone else to just put a hose in the pool. So I filled it up, and my friend was like, "Oh, it's going a little bit green." And we'd been swimming in it all day, and then I was like, "Yeah, it is actually." So I went into the back room and I switched the pump on, and then it didn't switch on because it's meant to be on all the time. So I called the electrician out, who's also the pool guy, right?
He lives nearby.
Who lives nearby. He's like the maintenance guy for this house. And he lifted up the decking and he started going, "This is so dangerous. You've nearly killed yourself." And
He starts freaking out and all.
Yeah, and he was like, "Look at where the pool level should be." And so basically where the cover goes back under the decking, it's got like this big like empty gap, and all the overflow water goes into there.
Yeah.
There's a pump that's meant to be in there putting it out, but I'd filled it up that much it was completely over all of the electrics. The plugs sockets were underwater. So
Did you realise at the time they're underwater?
well, no, I'd been swimming it for 3 days. So
Oh, but wow, was that long?
oh yeah, I was just like having a jolly, like inviting all my friends over, and yeah, it was so I nearly electrocuted everyone, but it was fine.
So Jake told me, it was after Elle's fight, he was like, "Oh yeah, Emily's going to have a pool party."
Yeah.
So was that the pool party?
No, I didn't have a pool party. I'm so scared.
Okay, because I was going to say, because I was going to come to that.
Yeah,
Then
no,
I
would've
could have
invited
nearly
you.
died.
I would have invited you, apart from I'm so scared of, like, when I moved here, I was like, I'm so going to have loads of pool parties and stuff, like, be like that girl. No, I have cream carpets, and I also don't like people very much. So, like, having that many people and me just going around going, "Get off my cream carpets," with wet feet, I just don't think I could do it.
You wouldn't like hosting parties.
No, I'm not a very party person.
So this Sunday,
Yes.
so the day recording is Friday, no, it's Thursday today.
Yes.
I'm really tired.
Aw.
So, but not as tired. But I came here, and then Ollie walks in,
Yeah.
the cameraman who's filming all of this.
Yes.
That's why it's so much better quality.
Yeah.
He kind of stumbles through the door, and he's really hungover. Actually, it's a really bad look, actually. I shouldn't really make him out. But you were saying you went out last night as well.
Yeah, so we went to a potent boat party, which is kind of like, it's just a boat party that I...
The dog in the corner.
Give me one sec. Spud! What? Do you want to come out? Just doing his own thing. Yeah, so it was like this, I wouldn't say an influencer thing, but it's more like, I think...
Was the OnlyFans girls there? Or was it everyone?
There was a few, but I think it's mainly just like people that he knows and they happen to have social media presences rather than anything else.
And it was good?
It was good. I got told by my friend, he was like, "Why are you moving mad?" And I was like, "I don't think I'm moving mad."
What is moving mad?
I
Just
don't
after,
know.
like when you're a bit out of it?
So I am, you know, I know what I'm like when I'm drunk, and I'm something, but I don't think I was that bad last night. But then, you know,
Then you see the videos on your Snapchat, I don't use
Yeah.
Snapchat, but on your Instagram stories, and you think, "Oh wow, I need to delete this, this and this."
Yeah, exactly. And so when he said that, I was like, I've got anxiety before the hangovers even started. So, you know, we never know, but right now I don't think I was moving mad, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's funny, because on Instagram, I keep my stories kind of quite clean, quite professional.
Yeah.
But on Snapchat, then I post when you're at the club or at a party, then you post that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it's always when you wake up.
Yeah.
And then you think,
God.
"Oh wow," and then it comes all flooding back to your memories.
Yeah.
You think, "Oh blimey, that was quite a bad night." and you see a Snapchat, so okay, you got to delete this.
Yes.
gotta
So
delete that.
so for Elle's fight, I stood at the front with like all of the fans and stuff right at the front of the gate
Yeah.
when she was walking on, videoing her. And the next morning I woke up and there's me going, Elle, yay! I was like, fuck me. Do you know when like you're at a concert and you can hear yourself
And
singing?
you think you're so cool because you think you're so sick and you got everything like hyped
no,
up.
No, it wasn't, and it was awful. So I deleted that one fairly quick. Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, you got to keep Instagram stories. I keep them quite professional. The Snapchat, you kind of... Well, Snapchat I keep with all my secondary school mates, primary school mates,
Yeah.
and college mates.
I don't really have a Snapchat anymore.
No.
But like for Instagram, I don't have to keep it professional because what I do isn't professional. Like people will subscribe to your OnlyFans because they like you as a person. So if you keep it professional, they're never going to know you as a person. But
You do want to keep
that
some aspect of
being
your life
said,
private.
Exactly. Like I keep a lot of it private. And I try not to be like a dickhead or whatever, or put really embarrassing things up, because people like, it's like straight white cis men, do you know what I mean? They're very entitled and they'll message me and be like, what are you doing? Like this is embarrassing.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, I know.
Do you ever reply to those DMs?
Yeah, so like I try to reply to ones that are nice.
Yeah.
Because the more you interact with people, like the better.
You build a following by fan base.
Exactly. But like mostly I just talk on OnlyFans, to be fair.
What, so they can message you through OnlyFans?
Oh yeah, that's part of the thing of it. Like,
Oh, they pay you to like send you messages, that sort of thing?
No. So like if you subscribe, you can literally just talk for free. Like it's just,
Really?
yeah, it's part of the subscription.
Oh, I don't know anything about OnlyFans.
Oh, I'll teach you all about it, Fred. Oh, we've got some learning to do.
That's getting clipped. That's getting on TikTok. But we'll talk about OnlyFans in a minute, because I'm interested in that. But let's talk about Instagram. I'll bleep the names of my names. So I'll say my names first, because the most famous people that popped up in my DMs.
Okay.
I don't know about yours. I can show you the edit if you want to.
Okay.
So I got
Yeah.
people to pop up.
Yeah.
Who are your famous people that pop up in your DMs?
Oh, I'm actually not sure. H popped up the other day.
Okay, that's quite big actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in the fight.
Was he?
Yeah. He went to the after party. He was rapping or singing at KSI's after party. You mean the rapper H Skinhead?
Oh, I was like, Elle's fight? What?
Oh no,
Who
J
was it
Days.
there? Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Who else popped up? I feel like people pop up and then I just go, oh, cool, and then
And you delete it and forget about it.
it's not even that I delete it. It's like I'll reply or whatever, or sometimes I won't. Depends who it is. But then it doesn't really cross my mind again because they're probably not messaging to be like, we should do something. They're probably messaging to be like, hey, do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, can't
But
bother
do you
with
think
that.
H is the most famous?
He's definitely up there. I mean, obviously I've had like a few YouTubers and stuff, but I don't think I'd mention.
Yeah.
Mention.
Do you think it's fair to mention like the names and stuff, or do you think
I don't know.
that's so like hypocritical of me? Do you think it's fair when I ask the question?
Yeah. So I wouldn't I wouldn't out anyone just because of what I do.
Yeah.
So I think if it was like a completely normal situation and like I didn't do OnlyFans or whatever, you're not gonna ruin anything for anyone. But because of what I do, I don't want to sit and be like, oh, this person messaged me. So like with H, it was such like a what do you call it? An innocent message.
How old is that guy, H?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I have no idea. He's not older than 25, surely.
No. Should we look at? I don't know. How do you say? It's not. It's AITCH.
CH, yeah.
I think he's about 21.
No, he's not 21. Don't say he's 21. Oh, that's made it worse.
Like AICH age.
I'm 22.
Oh, he's 22.
Oh,
The
good.
same age.
Oh, good.
Why is that bad to go out with someone?
I wouldn't go out with
Younger.
someone younger, I don't think.
What?
No.
How much? What? So 5 years older, 6 years older,
Oh, I'd go out with someone like older.
like way older, like 30s.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
30 is old though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not that bad to me. Like, I'd go out with someone like, I'd say top range would be like 37.
Like 37.
Yeah. Good 15 years older, I wouldn't mind.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. I just like a bit of an older man, you know.
So what happened with, I saw on TikTok and Instagram with DiCaprio, his girlfriend turned, was it 25?
Yeah, what the f***?
And then he's broke up with her.
Apparently he just like bins them off after they turn 25 because they're going to start wanting to settle down. He just wants a new young chick.
But what, did he dump her on her birthday?
Yeah, I thought this as well. What the f***?
Quite funny, but then again, it's quite mean.
It is. It depends if they had a contract or they were like expecting it, do you know what I mean? Because if he was like, look, I really like you, but when you turn 25, you're gone. And she was like, yes, Leo, whatever you say. And then she turned 25 thinking she could change him. You can't change a man. You can't change a man. They are all the same.
But so all these celebs, obviously he's really, really high profile.
Yeah.
They all have contracts and relationships.
No, but I would expect if they were going to, they know it was going to be done after a certain time period, then there would be, because think of all the shit that can happen in a relationship. Imagine if she left and she was really sad about it, and then she's like, well, Leo does this and this and this.
You can expose them, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I bet she had to sign an NDA or something.
They don't talk about it. It's like what Dan Bilzerian does, I think.
Who's
Or,
that?
You know Dan Bilzerian?
No.
No, Emily, come on. You must have heard of Dan Bilzerian.
I'm actually really bad with like anything to do with like any like music, actors, films.
I'm not great
anything.
either.
I'm really bad.
Which is what makes it so easy talking to people. Because
Yeah.
then sometimes you just get, okay, Fred, go into that person, that they're blah blah. I'm like, who? They do music and they want to talk about the fight player. I'll go into them.
Do
And
you sing? That's cool.
that's what it is like. Because yes, interviews, they're so. Everyone says, "Oh yeah, they're so easy." Well, they are really easy. The hard part is kind of setting it up, sitting down with the person.
Yeah.
The interview is about 20% of it.
Yeah.
The actual sit down talking part. The other 80%, I think, is organising a day, a time. They always cancel,
Yeah.
rescheduling.
Yeah.
So it's easy. When this bit is easy.
Oh my god, YouTube people, and I don't know about the music industry, but I know for a fact YouTube people are the most wish-washy people I've ever met.
Cancelling.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't think I'm that bad for it, to be fair, but I just know for a fact, since being in this industry, maybe 30% of everything that I've organised has actually happened. Like,
So
oh yeah, like,
So who's cancelled on you?
oh, again, I wouldn't, I don't want to out anyone, but like, it's not necessarily cancelling, like they'll do it the week after or whatever, but it'll maybe be like 4 weeks going, yeah, I'm sorry, next week. Next week. And
It
it's
delays it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I've done it a few times, just because it is difficult sometimes. Life does get in the way. And for a collab, like, it's sometimes, especially if you have to travel, like, it's like difficult. But yeah, YouTube people, there's a reason they do YouTube.
To be fair though, when I interview more kind of, I hate the word influencer, but
Yeah.
more influencers, kind of celebs. I always still stick to boxers a lot of the time, but boxers, when I was interviewing boxers, like hardcore boxing fans and boxers on to come up, they would still cancel.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a name, and they would still cancel.
Oh, crazy.
I think it's everyone, but now you do interview more of the YouTubers. They're actually better, you know. They haven't been as bad.
That's good.
Probably because the PR teams and the managers kind of sit them down and say,
Yeah.
"Here, you got to do it."
Yeah, you're doing this. This is your day plan. Yeah, that's very
So
true.
it doesn't make it as bad. But your podcast,
My podcast.
it's interesting because I saw the Symbol Simon episode go up.
Yeah.
But it was after Elle's fight. Jake was telling me, "Oh yeah, Emily's got this podcast. We've got to organise it."
Mm-hmm.
They've just filmed an episode of Symbol Simon, and that was all the way back.
Oh yeah.
That was ages ago. So
Yeah,
how old is
yeah.
that episode? Months old.
So, it's not. I think it was literally. It was due to go out the week after the
Yeah.
fight.
But one the week before because it would have done better views because it was trending.
Because so when you're starting a new channel, especially something that takes so much planning and time and effort and everything, you need to get so in advance so that you can constantly pump out content, because being consistent is one of the main things, right? So if we only had 1 week and the next week we didn't know who we were seeing, you then put out one thing, and for another month, what are you doing? So
Jake, to be fair, your manager did say that.
yeah, so like then you put out, you make sure that you've got a month's worth in advance. So like we've got like 4 or 5 videos ready to go out constantly. So if I ever have a week where I'm like, I can't do this week for whatever reason, I'm ill, I'm away, I'm doing something, or we can't get someone on, or like for whatever the reason is, then we've always got a backup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So who are the other guests you got on?
But I had loads of people on it, and like, so I had Callie on really recently, and she was basically telling me how she so basically online she tells these stories of her going out and sleeping with guys and like the crazy stories around it.
And
So,
this goes on YouTube.
yeah.
So did not get demonetized.
My stuff isn't monetized. Like,
No, but her stories. When she's
Oh,
telling the story, does it not get demonetized?
She doesn't have a YouTube, so she does it all on TikTok.
Oh.
That isn't monetized anyway. And then, so yeah, basically she came on and she was like talking about the whole tree surgeon thing, and she was saying that she slept with a tree surgeon, and he was really good in bed, and he like, then they were having sex, and he was like, "I'm really sorry, but this isn't gonna make me." And she was like, "Oh, like what can I do to make you come?" And he was like, "Oh, I have to like rub my dick really hard on the mattress until I come." And she was like, okay, well, and so he lay there apparently like Will off in between us, like grinding his dick really hard on the mattress. And she was laying there and was like, "You can use me as the mattress. Like, do you want to? I'll lie still." And then he was like, no, it's all good. It has to be my mattress. And we were just sat there like talking about this for a while. Like we were like, what the fuck is going on?
Is it not like freak you out about that story?
Well, no, I haven't been a victim of the mattress shagger, so it's not on me.
I really hope my mum doesn't watch this interview.
Well, it's fine. But I was just sat there and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how can you get, like, I've never met a person like that. I've had some experiences, but not quite like that. But like,
And is she still with his tree surgeon?
oh no, she just slept with him one night, I think.
Okay, so it wasn't anything.
No, I don't think it was a relationship thing.
And what's the name of this person?
Callie, the sluzzer.
Callie.
She insane.
I'll have to get her on then.
Get a interview out of her. So good. But I also like today I've got Cheza Blonde on.
I don't know who that is either.
But yeah, she's insane. That'll be content as well. That'll be so good.
Is she a good talker, Cheza the Blonde?
Yeah. She was on Saving Grace and she was a very good talker. Just
What is Saving Grace?
what?
No, I've heard of the name before.
It's I think she's called J.K. Barry and it's a girl
It's a
called
TV
Grace.
program, Saving Grace.
No, it's a YouTube channel and it's by a TikToker.
Okay.
And she's just started. Well, she started a few months ago, but she's done insanely well. And she's like done podcasts and stuff. Yeah, where basically she gets people on and she just sits and speaks to them like a normal conversation, and it's pretty good.
I'll have to get her on.
You'll have to get her
I
on.
have to get into her.
Yeah, she's so good.
So I go to university on Sunday,
What are you doing?
broadcast journalism.
Whoa.
So basically what we're doing right now, I just realised the other day, what I'm literally doing right now is a job I'm just going to do at university.
Yeah.
So
why are you getting a degree if you've
what's
already got a
everyone
career?
I think that's quite a, if I was to say that, it's quite a cocky way to say it, but so many people have been saying that to me.
Yeah.
But then again, obviously the views are always up and down,
Yeah.
and
Well,
events and stuff. I think if with a degree, then I'll be way more backed up.
Okay.
But then it is $9,000 a year now for university. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's a lot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If it was me,
You wouldn't bother.
I mean, so I went to uni.
Which
and
uni?
I went to Harper Adams.
That's not that posh one.
Yeah, it was posh, and
Salford. I'll probably believe it. Salford isn't posh. I'll bleep the name of my uni because I don't think that's the best.
Okay.
That's probably not the smartest thing to say.
No, you can keep the name of my union. I have actual stories about this place. Horror. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. I don't know where Salford is though, to be fair.
Manchester.
Oh, yeah, no, probably not. Probably a few knife cramps here and there and then you'll be fine. Be nicer than that.
Well, London there's a lot of knife crime now, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
bad.
that's why I don't go to London. Scares me. Went there last night. Look what happened. I got in at 4 a.m. with 5 lots of Mackies and then my dogs ate it. It's not...
That's why it's got the ketchup in its lip.
Oh, and all over him. Yeah.
And all over the furniture.
Oh, yeah. They've annihilated my furniture now.
But anyway, back to uni.
Back to uni. So, when I was younger, I wanted to work with animals.
Hence
Obviously,
why you've got
hence
tarantulas,
why-
dogs, rats.
Yeah. So, and I will get more as well. But
More of what?
animals. Although I used to have an animal room and it had like 40 different types of animals in there. Like I had a lot of animals. But since doing what I've been doing now, it's so much work that like you can't keep up with it. It's like a whole job in itself. But I always wanted to work with animals. Like ever since I was a kid, I went to college to do like an animal management degree.
Would you do animal management? Is it like being a vet or anything like that?
No, I didn't want to be a vet, but it was like, so you do like health and welfare, you do like zoology, you do like so much shit. I went to South Africa twice to do like rhino conservation
quite cool.
stuff. Yeah. I went and I was there for like a year to Harper Adams, and basically I used to drive past it like every time I went to Wales.
Yeah.
We had like a little family cottage in Wales, and we'd drive past it. My mum would be like, "That's where you're meeting your future husband," because it's all farmers. It's like an agricultural uni. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet like a rich farmer husband." It was my dream to be a farmer, right? And then so I went, and when I tell you, it was the most horrific experience of my life.
How old were you then? Were you 18?
18.
Okay, same age as me.
Yeah. You're 18?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Right.
How old do you think I was?
I don't know. I mean, you do give off 18 vibes, but I just don't meet 18-year-olds anymore. There was one guy on my OnlyFans who messaged me and he was like, "I've been waiting for this all year. I've saved up to get your OnlyFans on my 18th birthday." I was like,
18.
okay. I was like, fuck, like, am I a pedo now? Like, what is this? Like, what do I do? I mean, it's of age.
Yeah.
Of age.
18 is age of consent, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's 16.
It's 16 now.
16 is, no, it was always 16.
Oh, well, it always was 18. Alright, so maybe we should check our facts.
Okay. Beep. Cut. But yeah, so basically I went and, do you know, like, when you go to uni, this is going to be your first time in a uni?
Yeah.
So you do, like, initiations into clubs, right?
Is that still a thing, initiations?
That's still a thing. So
I've heard rumours.
yeah, so basically what happens is you go in and say if you want to join a club, which in my uni's case, it was go to shooting, rugby, football, like...
So it's kind of, you're in the vibe of it's quite posh, quite well off people.
Very posh. And like, so one of the like first conversations I had with someone was, you're going to do football. The only groups that we have at Harper are shooting, rugby, and polo. I was like, okay, right. Like that, they were like that kind of people, right? And then, Ollie, stop mithering. You're distracting me.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Because you're just going around making little noises.
I'm fucking doing things.
Just
It's
sit
so funny,
down.
all of your team around here, they're all characters. No one seems normal.
No one's
No.
normal.
There was that other film.
Yeah, yeah.
is our film.
Everyone's like one cute little dysfunctional
They all have their own
family.
characteristics, like characters,
Yeah.
they basically are.
Ollie!
Can you f*** off for a second? Sorry.
Hey, what are you doing?
I need fucking sort
He's
out
just
some
mithering
carpet.
for no
I'm
reason.
mithering.
They're your glasses.
Yeah,
They're nice.
found them on a bench. My mum found them on a bench years ago. They're Ray-Bans as well, so I thought,
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I was just thinking. I was like, ooh, 18-year-old
Fred's doing well, isn't he?
Yeah.
No one ever buys Ray-Bans.
No.
Everyone just finds them.
Yeah,
I've had those in my
noticed
drawers
that.
for years. I didn't realise.
But the people who lose them have too much money, they don't care.
Buy another pair.
Yeah, so
Which is
just
great
put
for
'em-
us.
leave them on a bench.
Oh, great for me. You're good.
Yeah, oh, well, you know, here and there. I choose what to spend my money on, and I actually don't buy sunglasses.
So you find them.
No, I
You just never wear
don't
them.
don't wear sunglasses.
What if you're on Ibiza or on holiday?
Don't wear sunglasses.
Why?
Do you know what
I like
is?
it because it keeps it, especially you, because you get recognised a lot. It just keeps yourself private.
I don't get recognised
don't?
an awful lot, no. And I don't suit sunglasses, but also the one time I wore them, I got like,
You get the lines.
I got the lines, and it was really embarrassing.
You never get recognised ever.
Yeah, I do get recognised sometimes, but a lot of the people that will recognise me are like dads, for example. They're not going to
And they're their
recognise me
kids
with their
and-
kids. I went, how bad is this? So my, what do you call it, like target audience is over 18s,
Yeah.
right?
What's it, 18 and 24? Is that age bracket?
Yeah, right. So I went to Roller World with my friends.
What is Roller
kids.
Worlds?
It's like a little roller skating thing.
Okay.
We have in Derby. It's really cute, right? And he really wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, I'll come with you. I can roller skate. I went on. The bouncers came up to me and was like, because there was a swarm of kids, like a swarm of them, and they were all like around me, like Emily Black, the porn star, and I was like, I'm not.
How old are these kids? Like
11.
So how do they know who you are?
I don't know. I'm not sure. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was sat there and they were taking pictures, and one of the bouncers came up to me and was like, I'm very sorry. I've just been shown what you do, and I'm not saying anything bad about it. Of course, you're a lovely, beautiful girl, but we are going to have to make you leave for a minor, health and safety risk. I was like, I'm not
How many kids
health
are
and
coming over to you? How many swarming?
There was a lot. I'll show you the video after. But
Like 20 people, 20 kids.
There was a lot. I'd say like.
That's insane. They know who you are.
Yes, but I was sat there and I was just like, because I'd never.
If you'd wore sunglasses, you wouldn't have got recognised.
I would have been fine. But they escorted me out. 3 bouncers walked me to my car with my friend and their kid, who were just laughing. They were just like, oh, God. And I walked to my car and I was like, I think I'm fine. They were like, you never know. I was like, they're 11. They're not going to do anything. I'm fine. And they were like, if you ever need a bouncer, let me know. I was like, I don't. Like, you'd ping them away, but I wasn't going to. But like, I was just so confused about why all of these knew me. And I heard one. So one was like, who is she? And they were like, oh my God, a famous porn star. I was like, I'm not a porn star. I'm not. Like,
how would you
thank
describe
you.
your work? OnlyFans?
I'm a sex worker.
Yeah,
but-
influencer, I guess.
Oh, I don't think I influence people. I think you have to be like able to influence people. That doesn't sound like he's driving my car very nice, does it? That sounds like he's
I don't know if
ragging
the mics
that.
have picked it up.
Oh God.
But even if your car, like David Dobrik, we used to be an example, he's known for his white Tesla driving it around.
Yeah.
And I think when I was with Astrid, she's got a white Tesla and she gets recognised because she's kind of known for the Tesla, white Tesla. Are you known for your yellow, what car is that, Bugatti?
Oh no, it's Mustang.
Well, I don't know why I got an accent there, Bugatti.
Oh, Bugatti.
What
What colour is your Bugatti? No. Sorry. No.
What car is it, what brand?
No,
What
it's
brand, not what make?
brand. Ford. No, it's a Mustang. It's
Oh, okay, that's very
a
cool.
bright yellow Mustang. So
So it's not for disguise.
no, and I'm gonna get the number plate changed to be like Emily Black, so I don't get recognised in the Mustang. Well, I don't think I do. No one sits there and goes, "Hi, Emily Black," as I'm driving past.
Well, not many people have a yellow Mustang.
That is very true, but I did. So my car got stolen here.
Wait, what car was it?
As a range.
Oh wow, so it's a good one.
Yeah, and so it was the same day I got my Mustang back, and the next day I drove into a different town that's close to here, and I parked it and I went in the hairdressers, and I was in the hairdresser, I saw my car drive past. No, my
That's
yellow,
my car over there.
my
It's like
yellow
that.
Mustang, and I was like, fuck. I ran out, foils in my hair, and mine was still there. So there's 2 people around here who have the exact same car.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, but when I was walking here from the bus stop, and you're walking past all like the houses, everyone's got like flashy cars.
Yeah.
I saw a Ferrari, I think.
Yeah.
It's a nice place.
It's very nice, but I...
You're not keen on it.
No.
Where would you want to live? Do you think?
I really wanted to live here. I think it's so nice, but the people, not so nice.
Really kind of upper class, or kind of look down on you, or something like that.
No. Like, so it's like they have money, but they don't have money.
Is Jake now locked out? Not Jake, sorry. Is Ollie now locked out?
Well, he's just driven my car away, so I don't think it is. I don't think. Oh, it's you opening the door. Oh, you can open doors.
Who?
Trousers.
Trousers can
That
open
was him
doors.
opening the door.
How do they do it at the paw? Or the nose?
Yeah, he jumps up and, well, not, yeah, but he opens it. Yes, hello. Nice to see you again. What was I saying? Yeah. No.
We went quite far from the university topic.
We did.
Should we go back to that?
Should we go back?
I need some advice. I'm this Sunday. I don't know. Then this interview it won't have a sell-by date, so we can go out any time.
Okay.
Like months in advance.
Okay, trousers, go lie down or something. You can come up. You can come here. Come on. Okay, you can come up. Just lie down. Good job.
Let me show you my accommodation first.
Okay. Because
Make sure it's recording still.
Oh yeah, these won't stop. These are really good. So what happens with uni is basically I went there. It was full of farmers.
Accommodation.
It was full of farmers and stuff, right? And they were all really nice, to be fair. And then I couldn't go out, so I couldn't afford my rent for it. Oh wow.
That's not great, is it?
Oh wow.
I'll put it on the screen now so you guys can see.
You know, you've always got a room here, Ted. Fred, sorry. That's Jesus
You've almost
Christ.
got a room here.
You can't do that to yourself. You
It's
actually
humbling,
can't.
isn't it?
That's a different level of humbling. That's a prison room.
No, do you know what's funny? I put it on Twitter, and someone actually put underneath it, they put a Swedish prison.
Yeah, I bet
the Swedish prison is a lot nicer
than that. Yeah. You actually can't do that.
That's a Swedish prison.
Go to Swedish prison.
Commit a crime. It'd be so funny if like people think I'm doing well or something like that. And they come see the accommodation and it's a bed and a little
You're
desk.
like, can we interview you? No, you can come to mine. And then just sit on bed. That bed doesn't look comfy. You're not going to be happy there.
It's not great, but you know, it's what you got to do. What you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, when you're 18, that is fine. Jesus Christ.
It's not great, is it?
No. But yeah,
Yeah, it's really bad
what I
actually,
was
isn't it? But to
saying
be fair, at least you got a place. Because lots of other people say, but I think for the students, I'm kind of giving where I'm going, but lots of students were living in Liverpool, and they've got to travel over to Manchester every day.
No. What the fuck?
That's quite bad, isn't it?
That's
so,
mental.
So I don't really care.
Yeah, that's fair. And you're around here usually. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, what I was saying was
So I go this Sunday, and then Monday to Friday, or Monday to Sunday is Freshers Week. I don't even know. I wake up in that bed.
Freshers Week is the week where everything happens. Freshers Week
Where you
is...
get your reputation.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Freshers Week for me. So they held this illegal race that they had to have ambulances on standby for. Where basically they go around and they come into your dorm and they say, "Hi, does anyone want to sign up for the race? Like if you do it, you'll just get like automatic
Fast track or something.
yeah, you'll get something, or you'll get kind of like a good pat on the back, and the older years will be like, good lad."
Yeah.
And then so I went, "Oh, I'll do it." And the woman like looked and she went, and I was like, okay.
She gave you the warning sign early.
Because we didn't know what this was. She just told us it was a race. It's the first thing we'd heard. All the boys in our dorm signed up to it. And there was only like 2 girls out of the whole thing who signed up to it. So we went down. They were all in like groups of 4 or 5. And basically there was a pile of dead furniture. Like everything you could think
Knackered
of.
furniture, basically.
Bad furniture.
The opposite to this.
Yes. And then there was like a bit of tarmac with oil. And at each bit there was also like stalls of someone standing there with something to give them, where they'd have to do something. So the first bit of it was 4 guys, or 4 of the people had to go and make something which they could carry one person in. So
it's kind of like a wheelbarrow or something like that.
yeah, but they had to carry them off the floor. So they was carrying one of the people on a chair, I think. 4 of them carrying this one person on a chair. They ran to the first bit. They slipped on the oiled tarmac. No, oiled, what do you call it? Tarpaulin.
Tarpaulin.
That's what I meant. So the oiled
So
tarpaulin.
it's designed for them to slip, basically.
It's designed for them to hurt themselves, yeah. But it gets worse. So then, at that first bit, they had
So
to
how
stop.
fast is this race?
It's not a
Like
far race.
100 metres.
So I honestly don't know. It's not the racing bit that counts, as if you complete all the sections.
Surviving.
Yeah, that's what it is. So the first bit, they would have to like, 4 of them would have to like pick one of them up off the ground
Yeah.
with a bit of furniture or something. They'd have to carry them. They're not allowed to go on the floor. The first bit was like tarpaulin, completely oiled, right? And then they'd have to eat a bag of bread covered in oil.
A whole loaf.
Whole loaf, between all 5 of them. So it wasn't that bad, but they were eating it and gagging. Because
So 3 slices each.
you
then.
can't eat that much like bread covered in oil. That much oil is not good for you. Your body's not meant for that, right?
How much oil are we talking there?
A whole like the bag was full of oil and bread. It was disgusting. And then I can't remember what the next few bits were. They had to drink milk and gherkins mixed up with some
It's very
fish or
out of date milk
something.
as well, isn't it? It's not
It was all disgusting. It was like everyone got ill who did that. And I'll get to the worst bit. There was another bit, I can't remember that. And then the last bit was they all had to lay down, and they'd been given this like concoction which they'd made. And no, it was actually vile. So they were drinking it, right? I forgot about this. I'm going to tell this story on my TikTok because this is so good. They were drinking it, right? But I have got a strong stomach and I was like gagging. It was fucking vile. And they were drinking it and it had lumps and stuff in. And I was like, what's in it? Apparently there was like old bits of fish. There was like...
From the canteen area.
No. Like fish.
They were catching themselves.
Like small fish, like chopped in half. Like heads, tails,
Eyeballs,
bones, everything, right? They were drinking it. It was vile. I have a strong stomach. I was gagging. I felt sick. What made it even worse, right, is they were being sick. And there was a rule.
And they were carrying on.
Yeah.
They showed heart.
There was a rule.
Determination.
If you were sick, you had to be sick on someone, otherwise you were out. Your whole group was out. So if they were going to be sick, they had to be sick on their friend's head. Right? And then that would make them sick. They were sick on someone else. But to start it off, we were first years. The fourth years would go, oh, we want to see some sick. They would down their pint, stick their fingers down their throat and projectile vomit on all of them.
So you had to go down someone else.
Oh, no,
I didn't.
I
Otherwise you kicked out. But you were just watching from the sidelines, a
I
spectator.
was watching what the boys next to me were throwing up on my
and the
friends.
mad thing is, this is in like 20 years ago, like a parents tell a story. It's like, what, 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, this was really bad. So, like, then, then what was it?
Well, it carries on.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
in there.
it carries on. So there's this guy called Mullet, right? I don't know what his
Did
actual
he have a
name
mullet
is.
haircut?
Oh, yeah, he had a mullet. Mullet? Yeah,
Because
mullet.
they come back in style mullets.
He's the one who brought them back in style. He should have lived in Texas, honestly.
Do you still come in contact with mullet?
No. The only contact that I did ever have was traumatic, to say the least. And basically, he was this big guy. You've seen Ollie? Bigger than Ollie.
But like, is he
Huge.
fat or is he shredded?
No, he was like big built. He was like beef.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But he was tall.
Rugby player
mullet.
guy.
Yeah. But like rugby player that as soon as they come on, you go, I'm not playing rugby no more, right? And he had a squirrel, a dead squirrel.
Oh, I've heard this actually.
Yeah. And the guys who were all being sick on each other, getting sicked on, they were like drinking this disgusting thing, then got this squirrel shoved in their mouth. Like this
Head
dead
first.
squirrel shoved in their mouth. And I was like...
But bearing in mind, it's quite ironic really, because you're working with animals, or you're doing an animals type of course.
Yeah, so I thought everyone wanted to love animals with me. And I was so wrong. So then they showed me everyone's mouth. And I went up to him after all this was done. And I went, Mullet. I was like, I didn't know his name. I was like, Mullet? That's not a real squirrel, is it? Do you know what he did? He went like this, got it, bit into it. It went all over his face and then chased me with it.
Did he catch you?
No, I ran.
Usain
I
Bolt.
ran. Usain Bolt who? Because Jesus Christ.
So it's like I have Game of Thrones or I have Walking Dead when you kill someone and the blood goes everywhere. It's exactly the same.
All over his face because he bit.
All
his
over
belly.
you, the blood in your face.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you stay clean, okay.
No, he was up there and he was so tall and I was down here and he bit it and it went all over his face. No, I went home. I cried. I called my mum.
Is that like the final straw? You left?
No,
or?
that was the first week.
Oh wow.
Oh, I stayed for a whole year. All the initiations. There was people like they would kill animals in horrible ways. They would it was all to be initiated into certain clubs. It was fucked. It was absolutely fucked.
But those are getting into like the rugby team, the football team.
Oh yeah,
it's that sort of thing.
Yeah, you'd have to do things like streak or, boys would suck each other off or drink each other's piss or sick or whatever. Fine, you do you. But they bit a hamster in half, a live hamster. They killed a guinea pig. They would microwave mice and hang them up by their tails in front of vegans' doors. This shit they would do is disgusting.
But bear in mind, this is quite an out there university. It's not like your normal university.
No, it's like a posh.
Is it private?
What do you mean?
Well, not private, but it would have costed. Oh no, you don't get private universities. Yeah,
No.
you don't, do you?
No, it's a well-to-do university. It's very
It's a certain
nice.
class that we go.
Yeah, but yeah, it's where all the if you have a farmer that's really, really rich, do you know when they have them kind of farms?
Yeah.
It's oh, you have what cattle? It was one of them, and all of their kids would go because that's where their fathers had gone and stuff like that. Everyone is very posh there, but yeah, it was different level of
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was bad.
But apart from that was the worst part of it.
Yeah,
The first week. And did it get a bit easier after that?
No,
Oh, it
no,
didn't
the
at all?
whole year was awful. So then
But that's quite impressive. You stayed the whole year. You didn't drop out halfway through a year.
No,
or
because
3/4 of the
I
way
was
through.
still, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I was still so sure that I wanted to do university. So when it got to like maybe halfway in, my friend, like, I had no money. I was working as well as doing a full-time degree. So my friend, she kept posting on a story, her having a Chinese every night. And I was like, I'm sorry, you're rich. Wait, who?
How much is the Chinese? A lot, like 20 quid?
Well, yeah, 20 quid a day. I can't afford that. I was like, what on earth are you doing? She was like, look, I'm a stripper. I'm not going to lie to you. And I was like, okay, where do I sign up? Because I want to be, I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, can I be a stripper? And he was like, oh, babe, you'd be so good at that.
Oh, really? So it's supportive?
Oh, yeah. And
Okay.
he was like, you go, you do it. Like, you'd be so good. Like, I know you'd be the best girl in the club. I was like, thanks. So I went and was a stripper. I was the best stripper ever. Oh my God.
How did you learn though? Because is that beginner's luck?
How did I learn? No, I didn't. I went in for my first time, and they told me, they're like, so I came out and they're like, okay, so you danced like an ironing board. So if you want to, like, you know, pick that up, then that would be great.
Like
and I
an
was
ironing board.
really not enjoying myself. Like, I felt sick after. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then, yeah, it ended up being fine, and I ended up being really sick. But my boyfriend hated it. Like,
So then he hated. So at the start he wanted you to do it.
Yes.
And then by the a few
So-
weeks in, he didn't like it.
I think he thought that I was going to do it and not carry on, because I was so innocent.
Just give up. Yeah.
I was so innocent at the time. I think he thought I was going to go in and be like, I hate it, the men are really gross. And I came home and I was like, babe. Like, I was like, fucking.
So you don't get paid at the end of the month. You get paid after each shift.
Every day you go.
Really?
Every day you go. So I'd come home every single night with hundreds.
And would you get something? Like, would you take him out to eat then, or?
Yeah, but he hated it.
Oh, he didn't like that
He was
at
like,
all.
I don't want your dirty money.
Do you think that was
like,
because it's a stripper, or do you think it was because you were getting a lot more than he was?
because I was a stripper.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
imagine.
he was like, you're cheating on me. You're fucking dirty. Do I have to get STD tests? And I was like, okay, that's mean. That is mean.
Cross the line.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I had fun there. There was a few times where like I met like a bunch of footballers and I took them all home at the end
What
of the
club?
night. Derby.
Derby.
Yeah, so like they came.
And this was what? So you can have an idea of who it was if you go back in time. So you were 18 at the time.
It was the captain of the club, and
And
I
you were
saw
18
him.
here?
I was 18.
So you were stripping, and I'm interviewing, and I'm 18. You were stripping, and 18.
Yeah. So I was stripping when I was your age. It was
That's
4 years
crazy.
ago, and
So who was the captain of Derby 4 years ago?
well, there was a bunch of them as well. But I had like a little mini 1.7, little battered mini 1.7, right?
What's that? Oh, a car.
It's just a car. And so it was 5 a.m. when I came out. I'd had a really busy night. Got loads of money, right? And I walked out and I saw him, and he'd been in the club, but I didn't say hello. I went up and I was like, hi, can I take a picture? And he was like, yeah. I took a picture and I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm getting a bus. And I was like, there's no buses to where you want to go until like 9.
And why would he get a bus if he's that well off being a footballer?
Because he was
Oh, okay.
He was
You can't get an Uber or cab.
We don't have Ubers in Derby. That's not really a thing.
So how did you get around if
And
it
this was 4 years ago.
Okay.
Right.
Well, so if you're coming out of a club, how'd you get home? Just walk home? Or wait for the hourly bus?
In Derby, you don't come out of a club at 5 a.m. That's not a thing. You
not
go
like
home
London.
2 or 3. No. And taxis are very expensive as well, because like, you know, when you get in a taxi, you're going to have to drive like 40 minutes to get home. So I was like, I've got a car. I've not been drinking. No, because I was working. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take you home. He was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Don't know why I ever thought this was safe. Ever, right? But
So you were 18 at the
I was
time?
18 and I had the captain.
At least you can drive. I can't drive and I'm 18.
Oh, yeah. Well, you live in London.
Yeah,
Whereas
so you didn't really need to drive
I
in
was
London.
in the middle of nowhere and I drove 10 lessons after I turned 17. So I was like, I need to drive. But yeah, so he came in and he also fit 3 of his friends in the back, and in a mini that's quite a lot.
It's quite
right?
tight.
4 people, not including me in a mini, drove them back to his house. And he was like, do you want to come in for a minute? And I was like, yeah. My boyfriend was at home. I was just like starstruck. This is the first ever like famous person I've ever met.
Oh, really? So you were starstruck at the time?
Well, yeah.
Do you still get starstruck now? Starstruck, that's what I said.
I think if I met like someone crazy, yeah, but also I think in this industry, the more people you meet, you realise you are a person.
That's what I see. I never get starstruck anymore.
No.
I've met quite a few people now. Actually, I met a load of people,
Yeah.
but I've never got starstruck.
No, because you meet them and you
Anymore.
go, oh, like we
They're
are
not-
all just people. You
Yeah.
put the phones down, who are we? Same as everyone else. Same as, Jenny
Good-
down the road.
Good old Ollie coming in here.
Yeah, Ollie's the same as us. Like, it's just what you do. It might appeal to a lot of people, but at the same time, you're still just a person. Like, so yeah. At the time, I was 18. I was like, oh my god, this footballer wants me to come home with him.
And it was a house bigger than this. It was a crazy house.
No, but he also had an annex.
So now you're doing better than the footballer.
Oh, I've dated footballers before who've been like, you earn more than me, and I was like, oh, cute. But no, like, so I went in, sat down, had a little glass of wine. I was like, and then he was like, they were like joking. It wasn't him.
So was it him and all his mates in the house?
There was him and 3 friends, but one of them who wasn't a footballer, I was like, oh, what's that? It was like this big chest, and he was like, oh, so we're gonna put you. I was like, haha, that's so cute. Now looking back, oh my god, I could
That's
have
really weird to look
died.
back, isn't it?
But no, they were all really nice, to be fair. They were all very respectful. But then, like, I left, and I went home, and I woke him up. I was like, babe, guess what I did tonight? I went to a footballer's house.
And that was the last
with,
straw.
like, yeah, and he was like, are you joking me, you dumb bitch? And I was like, oh. I was like, I wasn't in danger. Men aren't gonna hurt me. Lies, okay? Men will hurt you. It is bad. Yeah.
Well, and he wasn't. That's when you like split from him.
Oh no, like we moved in together and everything.
Oh wow, so it actually continued.
Yeah. We broke up. So I stopped stripping. We broke up on our anniversary. That's the longest relationship I've ever had.
What? How long was that?
Exactly 1 year. Exactly to the day.
It broke up on anniversary.
Yeah, on Halloween. Sad times.
But then going back to university.
Yeah, going back to university. Oh yeah, so became a
Well,
stripper.
you got any crazy, but yeah, so you become a stripper, and then after that, when did you move into the OnlyFans?
Oh my god, so I became a stripper. Everyone started like bullying me at uni. I left. I was so depressed. I left. Moved in with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, you can't strip. The first time I ever saw that OnlyFans ever existed, actually, right, was I was scrolling down Twitter and I saw Elle Brooke going, do you want to know how to make your dad happy? F yourself on the internet. And was like, F yourself. And I was like, I want to do that. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, please?
But how long has OnlyFans been around for?
Literally, she was one of the first people to do it, I think.
But the actual app, how long has it been? Like 3 years? Has it been around 2 years?
Around 4 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, so I was like, I want to do that. And he was like, no. We looked into a few things, but I'd already got used to the money from stripping. So I was like, I'm not fucking doing anything else. I've got to taste the money. I want money. I like money. I want it. And he was like, oh, we could do camming. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did camming for a bit, and I was earning very good money off that.
And in this stage, you split from him, or you're still with him?
Still with him.
Still with him, okay.
Quit uni. That was my only job. So just camming. And you basically stay at home. You can do whatever. And then you can just sit and like go live for a few hours. And I was earning very good money just from doing that. And then with that, I made an OnlyFans. So I was like, oh, I might as well do OnlyFans.
So you use the cam girl stuff to promote your OnlyFans?
Yes.
Okay, that's quite smart.
Yeah. And then I made an Instagram and a YouTube. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just doing it.
Yeah.
And then it all kind of went big, and I was like, well, I'm going to stop camming. There's no point in me doing it anymore. Because I got addicted to the money. I'd do it like 8 hours a night, and I'd do it every day.
And the money was crazy.
It was, yeah, but I was earning $1,000 a day at 18.
Yeah, 18, that's insane, isn't
yeah,
it?
so...
After 30 days, 30 grand.
Exactly. And for an 18-year-old, I was like, I've hit...
Don't get me wrong, there is
fucking jackpot.
tax at the end of the day, but still, that's still a lot of money, isn't it?
Exactly. And I was like in this like headspace of, if I can...
So it's 64 weeks in a year. That could be 640,000.
Exactly.
640,000 a year.
Exactly,
That's
for an
insane.
18-year-old. And I was so addicted to getting it. I was like, I'm not going off until I've earned $1,000 every single night. Like, I refused to.
And how long would that normally take? 8 hours, 2 hours, or depends
Really
on the night?
depends. Sometimes I'd go on and someone would go, "Oh, you're my favourite. Here's a grand."
And you're like, done.
Yeah, and but then sometimes I go, "Guys, like, oh, I kind of want to go off. I'm really hungry." And someone would go, "Oh, what do you want to eat?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, Domino's." They'd be like, "Okay, here's 40 quid. Have a Domino's."
You should have said something more expensive.
Well, then if they could see me sit there and eat it, like I'd just sit on cam and just eat a Domino's.
But you should have said it's a more expensive, nicer food.
I should have, but then they can see me eat it.
Yeah.
So like, but there's no point in spending money. Like if they're gonna send me 40 for a Domino's, I can only get I'll get 15 quid of it. Do you know what I mean? And then I can spend the 15 quid on a pizza and I can keep the rest. So it's fine. But there was like so much shit like that constantly. I had one guy who was like, "Oh, I'll buy you a dog," and I was like, "Stop it."
And now you're living with 2 dogs, a tarantula.
4 tarantulas.
4 tarantulas.
4 tarantulas. Yeah. Yeah, it's mental. Very, very crazy how far everything's come.
And then when was the stage in the webcam where you switched to OnlyFans? Really crossover.
Well, so I had both, but I think I just got to a point where I was like, it's so much effort. I was doing so much other stuff for OnlyFans now that I hadn't been doing before. I didn't even have an Instagram before, so I was doing so much stuff with that then I was like, oh, like, might as well stop. I don't enjoy it as much. Like it would take a lot out of you. I'd go to sleep at like 3-4 a.m. every day. Like it was a lot.
To be fair, on fight weeks, so the last fight week, I do go to bed, but about 3 a.m.
Yeah.
2 a.m. because you're uploading all the stuff.
Exactly, and then you wake up and imagine as well. So I'm an introverted person. Imagine 6, 7, 8 hours of very sexualized content, and you're sitting there and you've got to be so bubbly and happy.
You've got to be in
constantly.
character.
Exactly. You gotta be like, anyone says something rude, "Oh, I'm sorry, babe," like really nice for so long.
Do you ever, it's an interesting question, do you ever find yourself, because you're in that character for so long, 8 hours a day, do you ever find it hard to find your real personality after that?
Oh no,
To switch?
no.
Was it never a difficulty?
No, it's like, it's not necessarily a character, it's almost just like the better version of myself. So it's like I don't put on a character or a persona or anything for YouTube. A lot of people do YouTube because they're like quite introverted. They've got social anxiety.
But for YouTube, you can act like anyone else. You can act a completely different character. The dog's in the rain.
Oh, Puddlin. Well, lie down then, hey? Lie down. Lie down. Good job, well done. Such a weird dog,
That is a
isn't he?
nice one,
He
yeah.
looks like his head looks
But
like
it's
a
nice,
bicycle
it's probably a cuddly
seat.
dog though, isn't it?
Yeah, they are very cuddly, just
A lap dog.
bony. Yeah. They're such one person dogs. They just like they latch themselves to one person. They're like, "Can't be without you ever. Never leave me."
Forgot what we were talking about.
Stripping, camming, OnlyFans. But yeah, and then I started. I stopped everything because it's just, personas. That's what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, I was saying because in YouTube you can act completely different. But when I say if you're on a webcam for 8 hours straight or
Yeah,
you're
you
streaming on
just
Twitch,
can't.
you can't act different
No.
unless you're a really good actor.
Yeah, and I think this is why a lot of time, like, I find YouTube really draining because I'm a very bubbly person, but in short bursts.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, do you know, it's like you have to put it on. You have to be, like, really bee.
But a YouTube video, how long? Mine are normally, this would be quite a long one, but normally they're like 20-minute interview. Your YouTube videos, what, 10 minutes?
Well,
Does it get a few hours to film?
Sometimes, like, I'll film, like, a few in a day. Usually it's at least once a week, and then the podcast on top of it. And the podcast is, like, a whole day. So if I have someone around to do a YouTube video, it's usually they'll come around, we'll speak for a little bit, we'll then do the YouTube video. We might do one for their channel as well. We'll then do multiple TikToks. We'll do maybe OnlyFans content if they're an OnlyFans girl. So it's like a whole day of it.
And I imagine you book it in a month in advance or a few weeks in advance?
Oh yeah, a few weeks probably. And then if it's like a carpool, that's like, I've had like 3 hours of driving around before.
And where do you drive? In circles or actually on a route?
Oh, so I get someone to drive in front of me and I just follow them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I can't speak to them, drive a
Who
car
drives
without
in front of
killing
you?
them. Jake.
Jake drives in
Yeah,
front of you.
that's why I was like, Jake's not going to be here. I can't follow Ollie. Ollie drives like a madman. I can't do it. If I'm driving and looking at a sat nav and talking to them, I'll kill someone. I nearly killed. I spun out round a roundabout. It went woo. Yeah. But I'm a good driver, I promise. Come on my carpool.
The carpool karaoke. That was James Corden's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does everyone hate James Corden in this country? Why does he get so much hate in this country?
What do you mean?
Well, I always see I think he's cool as well, but I always see all the headlines and like TikToks and Instagram tweets, all that sort of thing. Like people give him hate and stick.
What? I think it's just.
I think it's because he left the country, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Americans just love him. He did go.
And
very
people think he sold out.
Americanised.
Like that's what people think, I guess.
Yeah,
Even though he didn't.
I thought English people loved him. I don't know.
But he fell out. You seen Gavin and Stacey?
Yeah.
He fell out with the actor Gavin, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
You never know it. You're not keep up with anything, Emily.
No.
He fell out.
Really bad.
He fell out with
What?
I don't know.
Oh, that's sad.
Because he went on Piers Morgan, and the guy was meant to get the actor Gavin on, but he didn't want to go on.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Not to scare you though. You will have fun at uni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but it'll be funny when this goes out. I don't know when. Imagine the class watches this interview.
Yeah. I went to the Netherlands and I was getting recognised left, right, and centre there. That was very odd.
But I don't mind when people recognise me in the street. I like it. It's fine. It's nice.
Yeah.
I was just walking the station. This guy drives past in his car, going, "Fred, Fred, Fred."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, hi, mate. Are you okay?" And he's like, "Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, that's
and
so
it was
nice.
nice.
Do you know what? The best experience I've ever had with someone recognise me. I was at a pub and I went out for the first time around here, and this girl was like, "Do you get recognised a lot?" And I was like, oh, "See, on nights out like this, yes, because it's always lads. Do you know what I mean? Who's like, oh, I bought a OnlyFans, like them kind of lads who will do it." And as she said, and I'd explained, the guy came over and went, "My friend knows who you are."
Well, in that tone of voice.
And I was like, "That's nice." And I went and I was like, "Hello." Blah, blah. Went outside and I was just like, I was a bit anxious by this point, so I was like, "Oh fuck, if they're in there and they're talking, they're all gonna be like, tits." So then, and this girl was like staring at me, and I was like, "Oh fuck, one of them's a boyfriend or some shit." And she went, "Are you Emily Black?" And I was like, "Me?" I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "You're beautiful." And she's like, "I watch all of your TikToks." And I was like,
"Oh, that's really nice to her then."
but a girl like noticing
There's always
me,
men no,
always
never
men.
women.
No, I think I've had 2 women at this point.
Oh,
know
really?
Who I am. Yeah.
So far.
And I prefer them so much more than when, like, I don't mind it when a guy recognizes me, but sometimes they can be
Bit
like,
weird.
yeah, either a bit weird or they'll just be sat there and then they'll be
Like gawking at you, like staring, or
they'll just say something. They'll be like, "Yo, you do OnlyFans, innit? So does that mean you want to fuck me?" And it's like, I would honestly rather die, but sure, you keep thinking that.
do you feel like you have to stay your OnlyFans character when that happens, or do you think it just be you?
I really don't think I have a character. Like, I think I'm just like, I'm a bit quieter maybe when the camera's off, but that's only because you put so much of yourself into it when the camera's on that as soon as it's off, it's like, oh, my brain just needs a bit of a rest. But
Simple like that.
yeah, but it's not like anything like crazy. I feel like maybe if anything, I'm just a little bit less sexual, like when I'm off camera. Like, say with what I do, like on YouTube and stuff, I'll make a lot of sexual innuendos and stuff like that.
It's your brand, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas if you get me drunk, I'm acting exactly the same. I go, oh yeah, I won't do it. But yeah, I can be quite bad.
What's at parties? So last night, basically.
Yeah, moving mad. I don't know what I was saying. Fucking hell. I'm not sure what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything bad, but I think it's just the way that people perceive me, because I feel like I'm quite like inviting. Like, so it's like when someone meets me and I sit and I'm like talking to them and like they get invited in, and then I think they expect something like very quickly, and
That's a bit odd.
Yeah, sometimes.
But is it mostly, what percentage of it good experiences that people recognise you to bad, would you say?
Oh, I don't
It's
think
not
I've had
50-50.
many bad experiences.
Oh, okay, that's quite nice
Yeah,
then. So
like,
like
I think I've had,
95 to 5.
Yeah, because usually if they're going to say hello to you, they're not going to say anything horrible.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck would you do that? They'll usually just say it like behind your back or something.
So all the negative people in the comments, you never even meet them in real life. So I
don't
bet you
get an awful
you
lot
don't.
of negative comments. No. And I don't know why. Like, I've tried to get hate on myself before. I've been like,
How did you try and get hate?
oh, I can't remember
say
what I
something
did
controversial?
now. Not particularly, because like, I don't want people to hate me, right? But also, anyone who you ever know that is big
Yeah.
has not got big because everyone loves them. Like, it's
Because
just
you want
not
to
a
have,
thing.
they want to have an opinion on you, don't they?
Exactly. So I was like, oh, I need a bit of hate because I need to.
I need
fuel
it.
this,
You're the first
right?
person ever to say, "Oh, I need a little bit of hate."
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Can't get hate.
I read one negative comment one time and it annoyed me the rest of the day.
Oh, what did it say?
I think it's like, Fred's got no personality.
Oh, you
And I was like, why?
That's no.
To be
That's
fair though,
nasty.
normally in interviews it's the other person getting hate. So it's never,
Yeah.
it's very rarely me.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're just the one who's like
'Cause I never
fueling
really,
it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
You're
kind
like,
of.
oh, why does everyone hate you? But yeah, no, like.
Why did you do that? Come and tell the camera.
So
That sort of thing.
when we were doing Simp Squad, we had this thing. It never
Simp
came.
Squad?
Simp Squad. Wait, so it was like a group.
It's not like
with-
Suicide Squad, but Simp Squad.
Yeah, it was this thing. So it was like a group with me, Bonnie, Elle, Daisy, Drew, and
It's like Dream
Rhiannon.
Team.
Yeah, it was a sick thing, right? But we were all like
Simp
lined
Squad.
up, and basically Lewis had to read out hate comments. We had to guess who it was about.
Lewis is the guy with moustache, Scottish.
Yeah, and they read loads, and the ones that weren't bad, everyone was like Emily, and I was like, I genuinely don't know. There was one comment. It was like, why do her toes look like that? And I'll show you the thing. It was me gripping onto the wall whilst I was being sick on a bathroom for dear life. And my toes like gripping it.
And someone took a video of that or a picture of that.
Oh yeah, I'll show you it afterwards.
Right.
Yeah. And so I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, that's about me. I know what one that's about, but like, why haven't you put something worse? They were like, we've been looking for hours and we can't find anything. And I was like, okay, that's really nice. It's really good. I don't have to deal with hate, and to a certain extent, that is what everyone would dream of. But like, that does nothing good for your career.
I guess
Nothing.
you always want what you can't have.
Exactly.
And
I'd
then
get
if
a
you
bit
start
of
getting
I'd
hate, you'd be like, oh,
cry.
I don't want this anymore.
Yeah, and I'd probably cry for days and not do any work. So, but if you want to give me a bit of hate, every now and then someone calls me mid, and that upsets me. I'm like, no, I'm not. I promise. I look nice in real life, don't I, Fred? Don't
Yeah.
I? Yeah, thanks. But yeah,
What is that? That's a new trend, isn't it? Mid.
mid
That's what everyone puts in the comments.
and protein poor.
I've never heard that before.
Hello. Everyone's just started commenting protein bore, and I don't know what it means. No clue.
So it says here, 1 hour 46 minutes.
Yeah, we've been.
I'm going to give this to Ollie to match the sound,
Okay.
because I cannot match that.
Okay.
I don't know when it'll go out, like a month or so.
Okay. Sick. We've been going for a while.
It's raining as well.
It is
by-
raining bad.
But it's sunny in the distance though.
I don't want sun. I love this weather.
You love the dramatic weather.
I love.
So if it's snowing here and you'll all snow across, it looks.
That's
that'd be
why
lovely.
I put the chair there, so I can just sit and read my book whilst it's raining.
That's nice. What do you read? I never read any books. In primary, secondary school, I would, and now I never.
Oh, I read. What are the ones that's story? Non-fiction.
Yeah.
Fiction. What?
Wait.
I don't read the ones that's facts. I don't like fact books. I have to sit there and have.
So you like Hunger Games, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, like
that
I
sort of
have
thing.
to have like a movie playing in my head.
Do you see the new Game of Thrones?
House of Dragons.
Yeah.
No, I haven't started watching it. Don't do this to me. Don't tell me. Don't
No,
tell
I know.
me.
I haven't watched it either.
Okay,
but,
good,
But do
good.
you not see in your TikTok feed stuff comes up?
No, because mine is all TikTok girls dancing.
Okay, so I guess
Yeah.
it's on. Yeah, mine. Yeah, there's a Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah. Don't give me any spoilers.
But Matt Smith, he kills it apparently.
Huh?
Matt
No,
Smith.
no. What are you
No,
saying?
no. I mean, like he kills the role. Like he does really well.
Who?
Matt Smith, the main actor.
Don't.
No.
Oh,
I say
he's good.
Yeah, he's saying he's really good.
I love Matt Smith. I have such a crush on Matt Smith.
One day I'll interview Matt Smith.
Yeah. I know you're gonna do it. You're gonna smash
With
it.
Doctor, we'll do it in the TARDIS. Isn't it? I know he would hate that though, isn't it? I think just doing an interview with them on the sofa, just chilled out.
Yeah, you're saying you wouldn't be starstruck. I would.
I wouldn't be starstruck. No.
He could literally say, "I'm really sorry. Like I don't really like girls unless they like sit there and smell my feet or something." And I'd just be like, "I love him. I actually love him."
What? And who else do you love more than Matt Smith?
Right. This is kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wait, I actually don't think it is. I'm not even sorry.
I can always cut it out. I'll show you the edit before
No,
it goes
I'm
up.
I'm not even bothered. I'm not even bothered. I'll say this with chest. If I could shag someone, right? David Attenborough.
My mum saw him in his garden.
Where? Where does he live? Tell me his address now.
I need to bleep this.
I need the
But he lives
postcode.
literally in.
See, I knew this because
Oh.
I've stalked him a little bit. Well, where?
He lives like.
Fantastic. I'm going to be in his garden.
Well, he
That's
does.
great.
That's where my mum was walking. My mum basically, unbelieved. My mum was walking the dog, and my mum just saw him in his garden. He waved at him.
Interesting. I'm going on dog walks with your mum now. Because
You take your dogs to my mum.
Everyone's going to be like, ew, gross, you'd shag a man that odd. Right, usually, no, I wouldn't. I don't want saggy ball sack and that. But just imagine going home and be like, oh, what'd you do on the weekend? Shagged David. Fucking first name terms. Me and David were going at it. I love him. I might give him the last push he needs to save another species.
What species would that be?
We don't know yet. We don't know. Might be
The
something.
tigers, the rhinos.
Everything. I honestly think if he gave me 10 minutes, I could make him save the world. I have some tricks up my sleeve that
The PR of Fred was fighting has gone downhill. It's gone really downhill. I put on my story. I need a PR team, and I was like, yeah, you're joking. And I was like, and then now,
Yeah.
we're gonna need a PR team after this interview.
What should everyone be like, ew, what the fuck? And then David Attenborough actually messaged me and
Comments.
be like, I am so down. Like, I don't live that far from you. So.
David Attenborough. Anyone else from David Attenborough, Matt Smith?
Oh, Jon Snow, Kit Harington.
Harington.
He has a whippet as well, so we could walk. our
He's married
whippets.
to Daisy something.
Yeah, you know nothing, Jon Snow. That
Daisy.
one.
Well, I don't know what the full name is.
No,
The ginger girl.
Yeah, must be nice.
Do you see the prank he pulled on her? You
No.
probably won't know because you don't keep up. But on basically it was April Fool's Day, and because he's on set the whole time, there'll be loads of fake props, loads of kind of dead heads or fake heads. So he went and put like a dead head in the fridge.
Right.
So when his missus opened the door, or his girlfriend at the time, she opened the fridge door, she saw a dead head. She got really shook.
Stop it. Oh,
And apparently she was like, if you do that again, I'll break up with you. So it was that bad.
they're married.
Yeah, I think it was before they're married.
Oh,
I think it was
'cause
before they're engaged.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not gay, but like I am for her as well. So I wouldn't mind if it's a threesome
Egret,
situation.
that's the name, isn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones role, Egret.
Yeah, I literally wouldn't mind. Like I'm not into threesomes and that, but you know, exceptions and stuff. You know.
The time now is what, 20 past or 35 past 1. Where's your guest?
Oh, not coming.
Well, I turned up.
No.
That makes me feel better. So when my guests don't turn up,
Oh yeah.
it's not as bad. So even for you, it still happens.
No, it happens to everyone.
But why don't you have a podcast like this? Like sit down. It's the car. It's called the Heavy Load Podcast.
It
That's
is.
the niche of it. Being in the car,
Yeah.
being with Emily Black.
Yeah.
But you should just have a sit down one like this, and then you can put on this podcast app.
Oh,
So human.
All right, fairs.
Because then you can put it on a podcast app
That's
or
very
Spotify
true. That is very true. Yeah, something to think about.
in the future.
Yeah.
But what do you got coming up the next few months?
What have I got coming
When
up?
I'm blooming at uni
You're going to uni.
in Salford, I'll bleep it.
Oh, I haven't got an awful lot actually. I feel like I've got a few big things planned.
Which probably already, by the time this goes out, because it's gonna be annoying to edit, but it probably already happened.
Yeah, so I don't think this is gonna happen until like November, but there's something very big planned.
I should ask you about boxing actually.
About boxing?
Yeah.
Why?
Because on your TikTok, you put, I think it was after Elle's fight, you put on the captions was I want to get in the ring or something like that, wasn't it?
Oh, there's certain people I would fight, but also I am not a fighter. Like I really wanted to fight when Elle was first fighting, and then seeing whatever she did
She had to
and
go through, yeah.
how much she went through and nah.
It takes a lot of time off your schedule.
It was like 8 weeks of intense
It
training.
was more than 8 weeks. I saw Elle with it was on my birthday actually. I went down to the gym and Elle was there. So I interviewed her and everyone else. I think that's one of her first sessions.
Yeah.
So I saw her at the very start and then at the very end.
Yeah, and it's mental, and I just don't think I could do that. And like, I would be fine putting on weight, but I would really struggle.
Well, you put on weight by the muscle, I guess.
I think it's just eating that amount. Why are you being fucking weird? Is there any need?
They're so human, the dogs as well.
They're so strange. I've got such personalities. Please don't lick in my mouth. That'd be weird. What do you want?
And why'd you have tarantulas if you're scared of spiders?
Oh god, this is another story. So like, basically I used to work in an exotic pet shop. Don't eat the mic!
Wait, is that still working?
Yeah,
The sound on that as well now.
It's very good. He's such a dickhead. Basically, I used to work in an exotic pet shop, and when I went in, there was maybe 60 spiders, and they range from like ones being this big to like big
Huge
tarantulas.
ones.
And I went in, and everyone was scared of them. So, and I was like, oh, I need to feed and water them and clean them out and stuff, because otherwise no one's going to do
So
it.
you're the woman for the job.
So I walked in, terrified of spiders. Did it. I literally let one escape as well. It was a Vietnamese blue.
So those are quite deadly.
No, tarantulas can't kill you at all. No tarantula can kill you, whereas spiders can. So anyone that's like, everyone's like, oh, why aren't you scared of like tarantulas if you are of spiders? One, spiders can kill you. It's very evolutionary sensible, right, to be scared of spiders. But unless you're allergic to bees, you're probably not allergic to tarantula venom, so you'll be fine.
Your tarantulas are a bit you.
Nope.
And you've got 4.
I've got 4.
You've had them for what, a year or?
No, some of them I've had since the first year of uni. So like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah.
How long do they live for?
Like some of them like
How long do they live
6,
for?
7
I know I
years.
said like that. 6, 7 years.
Some of them like older, like 20 or something.
20 years.
Can live for a long time.
And what do you feed them?
Like crickets, cockroaches.
Alive or they're already dead?
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah.
I'd feel really guilty if I did that.
Yeah, you do. And then you keep doing
It's
it.
a cycle of life.
Yeah. Please stop. You're just being odd.
The rain stopped now, not?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's still going
on. But yeah, so then I used to work at this exotic pet shop, and I used to bring home fuckloads of animals, like everything, right? And my stepdad used to hate that I used to bring home everything, and he was like, if you bring home one more thing, I'm getting a tarantula. And I was like, oh, fine, whatever, because me and my mum hated them, and we were like, well, okay, we're gonna be too scared. So then it got to a point where I was like, I bought one for his birthday, and I was like,
for him?
Yeah, and I was like, loophole, like, you've got a tarantula now, I can get whatever animal
Plot
I
twist.
want. Yeah. And he was like, fuck, okay. And then he still hated it, so I ended up this is why I went to uni. I went to uni for entomology, which is like the study of insects. Because I was like, well, if I can't bring home animals, like I'll start having insects, because you can just have them in such smaller boxes. They don't need as much like intensive care and stuff. They're so easy to house, and he's never going to find them. I'll just keep them under my desk. So I did that for ages, and then I basically just got then I just kind of kept accumulating them. And my friends would be like, oh, my dad's got this tarantula, he doesn't want any more, can you have it? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, fairs. And what's 2 tarantulas compared to 4? Like, you just keep getting them. I'll get more as well.
Would you ever get a parrot?
I love parrots. I would so get birds.
You've got to be careful what you say, because they repeat the word the whole time.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. Like,
If you're saying like, I don't know, it's a random word, boxing, it'll drive you insane after a while.
That's very true.
And they live for like 20 years,
Yeah.
30 years, parrots.
Yeah.
So be careful. Or we get an older parrot.
I think I just, what would I get? Probably one of the little cute, like, parakeet things. No.
Well, because they got in Richmond Park, they got parakeets.
Yeah, them ones.
Those.
The ones I mean.
What, in a little cage, or they let them fly around the house?
Probably a big cage, and then I'd just like let it go around doing whatever.
Where would you put the big cage?
I'm not sure. Probably won't get it in this house. Probably get it in a few years when work's calmed down.
Yeah, even bigger, a massive mansion.
Yeah.
And I'll still be in that little uni accommodation.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably move into a smaller than this next.
Is it annoying having a big house?
Only when you lose your phone. But other than that, it's fine.
I was going to say, you lose your glasses, or you lose your phone, you use your
but
AirPods.
It's quite homely, isn't it? It's not like a
It's
massive
nice.
house that's like...
This is cool behind us, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's sick. But yeah, it doesn't really bother me. It's quite nice, I think, having a big house, because I was in a council house before.
That's insane, isn't it? You made it.
Yeah. Well, I owned that house as well. So...
But from going to a council house to this, that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it
And
was
that can
very
be good
confusing
story.
for the removal guys. They like moved all my stuff from one house and then came here and they're like, what the f***? And I was like, lol, sorry. Yeah, I know. But yeah.
That's insane, isn't it? That's good. It's quite a kind of full circle.
Yeah, literally, it's crazy.
And on here, that's 2 hours, 2 minutes.
That's f***ing mental. Okay.
Is that the longest interview you've ever done?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're on
This
longer
is
than
what I
this.
mean. I talk for England.
But you've done an interview longer than this.
Yeah, so we do the one with the fellas.
Oh yeah.
That went on for like a good 2.5. But yeah, I do just talk.
I've never met Cal Freezy or
Oh,
is
really?
it Chip?
Yeah.
What are they like? Are they cool?
Yeah, nice.
They're
Really
pretty chilled
nice,
out.
Yeah.
I'll probably end it here then. That's a long,
Yeah.
that's a long interview, isn't it? Bloody hell. How do you stop these?